Oh boy, what an honor this is. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I'm so excited I can hardly warm my furds. So I'm just going to turn it over to Henrik. You remember Henrik?
And I'm Henrik, the author of Pearl Jam, The More You Need, The Less You Get. It looks like this. And just released Punk Rock is Freedom, Kurt Cobain, The Soul, The Sound, The Story. This is the other thing.
Can't even hardly see it on the curtain.
In April, I had the very fine privilege over two extended sessions to interview my long-term and very good friend, Stone Gossard. Ryan and I, we plan to surprise you with snippets from these interviews over the next couple of months.
I'm never going to get this back in.
Stone had some really cool and lovely things to say about Take the Long Way, so we thought we'd preface this interview with his words in his own voice about this song. I also can share with you that all of this material is previously unreleased outside of small little tiny Denmark.
Everybody say thank you, Henrik.
You're very welcome, everyone. Take the Long Way, and she said, "That Spoon Man on speed."
That song is, I love that song, and the thing I love about it most is the sentiment of the lyric. You know, I think that's the thing that keeps coming back to me about it. You know, I love it's for sure the like super rocker on the record, which is great, and we've been playing it and it sounds good, and we're hitting those time changes, and Matt Cameron seems pleased, so that's exciting. But I think that the sentiment of the lyric is that we're all, we're all such failures so much of the time, and that, but that in the long run, we come back to the people that we love, and we admit our failings and hope for the best in terms of them accepting us into their lives still, and I think that's a message that I understand, very clearly in regards to a band in terms of, all the struggles you've had in a band and all the miscommunications and all the opportunities for resentment and misjudgment, and how often, you can look back and see where you were, struggling or feeling like nobody cared about you, and at the same time, it turns out somebody was really, really caring about you and really carrying you in a way, and that, you don't. It's hard to see your faults, and it's hard to see your, the way that you create drag in a community on your own. But in the long run, you can learn later on, and then really go back and try to make amends and try to find ways to honor and sort of cherish the community that you're in, that accepts you and all your faults, because we've all got them, so that gives me a sense of hope and purpose in regards to why bands are important and why communities and whether it's businesses or churches or any sort of community, that those can be really powerful forces in our lives, and particularly if they're open to collaboration, and if collaboration is part of their DNA.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you again, Henrik, and thank you to Stone. And now on to phase 2 of this adventure, how to play Take the Long Way. No pressure here. For Hudson Pace, Noah Quintana, Hey Jody Hey, we've got to stop meeting like this, and Dr. Rasmus in the canoe, who was so keen on doing this that he felt it prudent to throw some lettuce at King Pluchacha. Thank you again, Rasmus. I'll bet you had no idea what you were getting us into. All right, my money is on 2-finger power chords here, not 3. It just lacks that beef with the 3-finger power chords. We're going to start on a D power chord. That's the A string 5th fret, and then just the D string 7th fret. We're going to do the old strum slide, strum, strum, strum technique. Up 2 frets. Strum, slide, strum, strum, strum. And then we're going to B, that's the 7th fret of the E string, down to G, the 3rd fret of the E string. Of course, this is a weird time signature. It's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. but you don't even have to think about that if you can just habituate the strums that you need to do. Again, strum, slide, strum, 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 up, 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 down, down, and then repeat right from there. This next part goes G, A, B, which as power chords would be 3rd fret, 5, 3, 5, 7, but I cannot ignore that in the G I hear a major 3rd. That would be the E string 3rd fret and the A string 2nd fret, so instead of a power chord, it's a root 3rd chord. Additionally, this makes it easier to do, so I'm guessing that we got it here. So we got E3, A2 to an A power chord, just right here, open A string, D string 2nd fret. See how that makes it easier to switch more quickly without the slide mess. And then up to B on the 2nd fret of the A string. And once you get to B, again, this is a 7-beat thing, but there's 4 beats on the B. So if you can feel out the, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the little one-off prelude to the chorus is G, the way we've been doing it. A, the way we've been doing it. And then E, that's open E string, A string 2nd fret. G, A, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a very lucky song. Oh, I guess this part's the pre-chorus. Anyways, this rhythm should be feeling less foreign to you now. This part is awfully like the verse rhythmically, but we're going to start on our E power chord down here and give it this much. 1 and 2 and. Followed by a C power chord. Immediately slide it 1 fret down to B, and then the A power chord gets this much. A. So, E, C, B, A. And then we're going to do 3.5 beats of our E power chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, followed by 3.5 beats of our G chord, and 5 and 6 and 7 and. So, E, C, B, A. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and repeat. Except for after the repeat, this 3.5 beats of E followed by 3.5 beats of G becomes 8 full beats instead of 7 for the first time in the song. So it's going to be 3.5 beats of E still, but then 4.5 beats of the G. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and into the chorus. And that little 8-beat segue was perfect because the chorus is not in Matt Cameron time, it's in regular people time, 4 or 8. Start with an F power chord, I'm guessing 3 fingers now because things just got a little bit fuller, and it's going to be F, A, C, and D. Of note is the only chord change that happens on the downbeat where it should is the first F. All the others happen on the upbeat before it should. So you'd be all, I always take the long way. The solo is back to 7, kind of. We're going to play A for the first measure of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the second measure of 7 is split between C and G, and it's like this. C, C, G, 2, 3, 4. And that's how I keep track of it. After you hit that G, you count 2, 3, 4 on the next convenient downbeat, and you will naturally count 7. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, C, G, 2, 3, 4. You do that again. 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to tack on the end of that second pair of measures of 7, 4 beats of D. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C, G, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. And you repeat that that sequence until the next part. And that leaves us with just the outro. We've had measures of 7, we've had measures of 4, and this is straight up measures of 6. This is where we really get to sit down into the rhythm. It's going to be F, A, F, A, F, C, D. Counting like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you end it on D. And that's it for Take the Long Way. Thank you so much for being here. Again, what an honor it is to be able to share this adventure with you. Henrik and I are very excited for what we're going to share with you in the very near future. It's going to be a good time. You know what they say about good times. Can't forget the most important shout out here. Everybody say thank you to Kara in Canada, our channel mom, for the excellent spinning gigaton footage. Thank you, Kara. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.